thanks for joining me this week. My name is Nina and my assistant Flounder is MIA right now. But today we're going to talk about, oh there you are, hi. This is my assistant Flounder. Today we're going to talk about Halloween hazards since that's coming up. For cats, there are quite a few hazards that you should be aware of, and we just want to put that out there just in case you didn't know. We'll start with a very basic one, which is chocolate. Any kind of chocolate cats should not have. Keep them away from any candy. This is a scary time for them. It's supposed to be spooky for us, but it's fun for us, and there's my assistant Fifi. But for them, it's not fun, it's just scary. So keep that in mind. So when you have a bunch of people at your door for trick or treat, or there are Halloween parties, if you're hosting a Halloween party, make sure you find a good quiet spot for them to keep them in a quiet spot so that they're not so stressed out. Keep in mind that loud noises do stress them out a lot more than they stress us out. So making sure that they have a quiet space, especially when there are people at the door, which could also be a scary thing for them, is really important for them. Another thing is decorations. So the fake spider webs that are seen like everywhere this time of year are not good for them if they start to chew on them or if they ingest them. That could be a problem for their bellies. So keep them away from that. Another thing are edible decorations such as pumpkins and corn. Sometimes some kitty bellies are more sensitive than others, so keeping them away from that kind of stuff is probably really helpful as well. As far as decorations go, candles and exposed wires are also a threat to them, especially if you have a chewing cat. Cats who like to chew, it's not you, is it? It's Flounder, she's a chewer. You gotta keep those wires away from them because they will chew the wires. And candles, if you use fake candles instead of, or like battery operated candles instead of real candles, because cats, as we all know, like to knock things down. So using battery operated candles is going to be a lot safer for everyone in the house, but especially your cat. Another thing to keep in mind is when you have that door opening and closing all night for trick or treat, if you don't lock your cat away, they could very easily slip out, and it's important to have them microchipped just in case. Flounder, why don't you come here? You could be the star of the show. Yeah. I'm not stopping you from being the star. So having that microchip is important just in case, just as an extra safety measure. Another thing that we want to keep in mind are costumes. A lot of people like to get dressed up this time of year. They dress up their dogs, they dress up their cats, and which is fine, especially if your cat is used to it or desensitized to it and doesn't mind it. Flounder doesn't mind it. I actually altered her Velociraptor costume so that it would be more comfortable for her, so she's fine in that. But you want to make sure that it's not restricting their breathing at all, because cats, their necks are different than dogs, so you have to make sure that whatever costume you have them in, that it's not restricting their breathing. You also want to make sure, because this is a scary time for them, and if they have a costume on, it might be a little bit more scary. So you want to make sure that they don't have any visual obstruction either when they have their costume on, because that could add more stress to the day that's already stressful for them. So make sure that they're able to see well, and make sure that they don't have any breathing constrictions when you're putting their costumes on. Last but not least, and this may not pertain to your cats, but if you have neighborhood cats, keep an eye on them. For some reason, this time of year triggers people to do some really weird, stupid things, and black cats are a target a lot. And it's not just black cats, it's a lot of just outdoor cats, but black cats are particularly at risk this time of year for pranks and just weird things. So make sure that you're keeping them safe too, or keep an eye on them. Unfortunately, that's the world we live in now, so we just have to be aware of it and try to prevent it as much as possible. So I hope this helped you guys. I hope you have a very safe and happy Halloween. Make sure you hit the subscribe button for future training tutorials, and we will see you next week.